Welcome back to the Veteran Trail Project. All right, so we just got done. We literally just got home, maybe, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes ago, back to our homestead. So now I was able to take a shower and call my family, tell them I'm alive, I'm okay. I do have plans for this weekend. I have to go to my uncle's funeral. But today we are going to be unpacking everything that I just hiked for 4 days, 3 nights out in the trail. All right, so let's get to it. Basically, I'm gonna break it down. I'm emptying all my pockets, showing you everything I got, because we do have to pull out some stuff, clean some stuff. I got clothes in here that I gotta clean. First things first is I'm gonna take off. I have a strap to the bungee. Is my, oh my goodness, my solar power charger. So what this is a little battery pack. It's 3,600 milliamp hours. Little solar power, folds out. I had this strapped to my backpack on the back side, so it'll be on my back, facing the sun, hopefully, and gaining all the sun I need. One of my biggest fears is running out of energy or power when I'm out there just to charge my phone. I have a GPS transponder that I'll go over in just a minute, but that kind of stuff that needs power, I'm always nervous about not having enough power to last us the trip. So this just has the power, has a little flashlight on the front, solar panel on top, and on the back, it has the wireless charging for your phone. Also comes with a USB, micro USB-C, USB-C, and lightning charger. I'll be posting all this stuff to the video on where I got this. This thing was nice. It takes a while to charge, and with all these items, I'll give my pros and cons to all this. It's heavy, but it takes a while to charge, but also having that comfort of knowing that when I get to my campsite, I'm going to have some sort of power when I get there. If that just means charging for a few minutes, charging for all night, like last night, this is able to charge it all night. Just from the hike I had from one campsite to the other was enough to charge my phone and charge my GPS transponder. Plus, when I got to my campsite, I laid it out again to allow it to collect more sun for more energy. So that's that. We're gonna go on a couple different water sources. One of my biggest water sources that I used was my Nalgene. This is the 32-ounce Nalgene with the narrow neck. I kind of prefer the narrow neck. It's easier to drink out of, but that's what I went with. All right, next item, hold on. I went to next item, but my pack is so tightly packed. One thing I will say, I did overpack this hike. There was a lot of unnecessary weight, but once again, I am not a professional. I hiked in the military, went to the field, did all sorts of stuff like that, but I never packed for myself as far as going on these trips by myself. So one thing I brought with me, because we're working on mental health, is my journal. Every night I got to my campsite, open up my journal, start journaling. Pretty durable. I don't know, I got it at Walmart. Another thing is my therapist told me to read this book, The Alchemist. So far, I haven't gotten too far into it, but it's a book that I'm trying to read to get through and hopefully understand mental health a little more. We won't talk about these other things I bring, kind of my bad habits. We'll say I brought 5 cans of them. Didn't even touch them. So that's a thumbs up. Also on the outside of my pack, we're going to talk about this GPS transponder. So what this is, by Azoleo, basically when I turn it on, it will find satellite signal and pinpoint my GPS location. Beforehand, I set it all up. I was able to put my wife's information in there, so anytime I was on the move and it knew I was on the move, it would pinpoint location and it would send her coordinates of exactly where I am. That is one thing that my wife told me I absolutely have to have in case of an emergency. She's like, I need to know where you are in case something bad happens to you. There's a little button on here on the front, little check mark that I can push at any point, sets a GPS checkpoint, and it just says, hey, I'm alive. But Also, this allows me to be able to text her. For instance, where I was hiking this past 4 days, there was zero cell phone signal anywhere I went. I take that back. Every once in a while, I'll get like one bar, enough to call and say, I'm alive, I'm okay, and then we lose connection eventually. But this allowed me to text her and say, hey, I arrived at my campsite. Hey, I'm stepping off. Hey, I love you. I hope our daughter's okay, all that. But it is a subscription based, but Zolio, I strongly suggest. This is a great product. And at first I was a little hesitant because I was like, why do I have to bring this with me? It is light. I can't tell you exactly how much it is, but it is a great product to have. Next. All right, so we're gonna go inside just a little bit. I did bring 2 MREs with me. Why did I bring military MREs with me? To reminisce, to remember what they taste like. Do I regret it? Absolutely. Now I remember why I did not like MREs. For instance, the first strike bar, didn't even touch, but the rest I had. Trail mix. I brought trail mix with me as a mid-hike snack, as a gift to my campsite. Before I set up cooking, stuff like that, I need a little fuel. I would eat one thing of trail mix that I got from Walmart. Another thing to go along with those are Cliff Bars. I ate Cliff Bars. I had peanut butter and chocolate chip out with me. So anytime I got that little sense of I need a little pick-me-up or just a little comfort. Like I ate one right before I went to bed last night, just as a little, I miss home. But I had a little chocolate chip Cliff Bar. Give me a little boost in energy, a little extra protein. All right. We're gonna flip this pack over. We're gonna go through all the outer pockets first. All right, first thing, and one of my side pockets is my Nightcore headlamp. This little headlamp, little Nightcore headlamp, has red light and 2 modes of red light. And then it also has 3 different light settings, and also has 3 different color temperatures for light. And within those are also 3. Super light. I mean, I wore this on my head all night last night and forgot it was even on my head to begin with. Comes with a little pouch. It is USB-C rechargeable. Put that back in this pouch before I lose it again. A lot of the stuff I'm going to be keeping in my pack too, because it's good to have on these adventures. If I just get up and go and take off, I want to have this stuff with me. Next, I have my first aid kit. This was another thing that I completely overthought, or not overthought, but just surpassed my memory. And then my wife was like, you probably need some sort of first aid kit. She's right. Always carry a first aid kit with you, regardless of what it is. This is ultra light. I mean, it has all sorts of stuff in it, from gauze to elastic bandages, gauze, band-aids, scissors, tourniquet, blanket, anything, all sorts of stuff, gloves, everything's in there. And I only used it once on my trip. I did nick my shin pretty bad. Wouldn't stop bleeding. I continued hiking, and then I realized I had blood going all the way down to my ankle from my shin. So then I just threw a bandage on real quick. That actually stayed for a very long time. All right. Some of this stuff is stuff that I'm gonna say I needed, and then some of this stuff is also gonna be like, I could have done without this. Patch kits. My wife made me buy, I have another one in here somewhere. These little patch kits, little plastic, lightweight, thin. I had no idea it was in my pack. But I needed it one night. My air mattress that we'll get to had a puncture in it, and I used these patch kits. Worked perfect for the most part. But for instance, if you get a hole in your crotch, or a hole in your knee, or a hole in your tent or something like that, these patch kits work wonders. My dog's right behind me, just chilling. His name's Havoc. That was my company's call sign when I was in the Marine Corps. Let's see what else. I don't know, the survivalist in me, the person for some reason I thought a ferro rod. I needed a ferro rod when also I brought a lighter. Like, oh, it was working. But a ferro rod, like I don't know what I was thinking. But that's something I could have done without, especially in where I was hiking. Absolutely no wildfire or campfires or anything like that. Back to those patch kits, they do come in 2s, so that was very nice. Something I didn't use that I kind of wish I had. At my last campsite, I really wanted to take a shower or a bath, a bird bath or something. I got all set up to do it and then realized there's somebody in a hammock right next to me. So therefore I could not get naked. But my wife bought these for me. They are compressed little towelettes. They're these little towelette things. They are compressed. You put them in water. They transform into like a washcloth, essentially. I would have used that. What my plan was is get some hot water, soak the towel in there and just bathe, because I left today and I stopped to get food on the way home, and I went to the restaurant and people were giving me weird looks on how bad I smelled, but that's neither here nor there. Bag that all stuff came in. If you know, you know. Moist towelettes and napkins, you can never do without those. All right, next to other side pocket. Okay, so every campsite I went to had water. Even if it did not have water, I came prepared. So this is the Sawyer Squeeze. It's a 2-liter bladder that you can fill with water. On the bottom, there is this filter that you attach to it. And essentially you fill this and you push all the water through the filter. Everywhere I stopped, I would fill my 2-liter bag of water and then refill my smart water bottle, my smart water bottles, my Nalgene, things like that. And it even has this attachment that goes, you can unscrew this, screws onto the bottom of this, screws into the bottom of your smart bottle. That way you can pour directly into this. Worked perfect every time. I did take a sip just to see the water quality. I'm from like northeastern California, where I have very clean, very good water. Where I was, I don't trust city water. I don't like water down there. I took a sip and I immediately tasted that like city, gritty, nasty water. This and that filter didn't taste a thing. Perfect. Utensils. I need to clean these. These are lightweight, ultra light spork and spoon. Extra long because what I was eating every night, beside the 2 MREs that I brought, which I regret bringing, A, because the MREs are heavy, and B, I bought dehydrated meals at Walmart just to see if they were even good. Why not? But the bags are deep, so you take a spork, you're getting your hands dirty. Extra long worked perfect. Some stuff I'm pulling out, it's like little stuff. Trash bags. I took a whole roll. Probably didn't need a whole roll, but it was very nice getting to my campsite, ripping one trash bag off for my snacks, for my food, everything. And in the morning, all I did was tie it up, walk to the trash can, throw it away, keep pushing on. Pens. I brought pens for journaling. So next thing my wife told me I had to buy, but I was a little like, okay, I'll do it. Yes, honey, I'll do it. I love you. Little flashlight, whistle, compass, and thermometer. This whistle's pretty loud. So if I did need it, I knew I'd get someone's attention, maybe eventually. Compass also pops out. You can set it on the map. But I wasn't doing much land navigation. I was using all trails on my phone. And now I can't get it back in. I was using All Trails on my phone. I pre-downloaded my maps. I had a rough idea where I was going. Plus, where I was going was very well marked. So going back to the Sawyer Squeeze, they give you this little syringe. You use it to, once you're done, you take the clean water, put it on the end of the out end, and you re-flush your filter back out to keep your filter life healthy. I apologize, you're probably going to see some chonies here. So I think if I go backpacking with somebody, I think I need to change clothes. I need more than one change of clothes. I know some backpackers that go out and just wear the same thing the whole week. I'm kind of like a hygiene freak. I have to have like clean clothes. Although if you noticed in my last video, I did wear the same shirt like 2-3 days in a row. But anyways, I got long socks, a t-shirt, very lightweight t-shirt, some more long socks. Shorts, I bought these lightweight Wrangler shorts. They are very lightweight. The problem is that they were a little too big. I should have tested them. Compression underwear, you don't need to see that. Another thing I bought were these waterproof baggies. We use them a lot, as I did in the Marine Corps, especially being a boat company, constantly getting wet, constantly getting things wet all the time, and you want things dry. I bought these waterproof bags. The only difference, and something I'm going to look into, is waterproof bags with a valve. See how I got all this air in it? And then I go to push, I got nowhere to go. So I have to push all the air out the top, and then hopefully not getting air in as I'm trying to roll it up. But Freelaxy dry sacks, these dry sacks worked great for what I needed. Was it a pain to get some of the air out? Yes. I'm just complaining. But great thing to have, especially if you're gonna be somewhere wet, or just, it's nice to have, because even like I woke up some mornings and then it was dewy outside, and knowing that I had my clothes and everything inside of a bag, nice. All right, next thing I'm gonna go over is something I have a little gripe with. It's called Power Licks Outdoors. It is a sleeping mat. The sleeping mat folds out to a twin size bed, essentially. Has little hexagonal patterns inside of it. And then it's a blow up mattress. And so instead of using my breath to blow it up, you use the sack that it comes in. You fill it with air, and then down on the bottom is this little valve. And when you roll it up, you push the air into your sleep mat. It was nice to have a sleep mat. Did I feel bougie when I did it? Absolutely. At the same time, it works great the first night. Second night I got to my destination, blew it up kind of later in the afternoon, got into bed. It was a little deflated, so I figured the air, warm air going in and the cold air on the outside kind of deflated it. But I then realized, once I got to my last campground, there was a hole in it. I thought I patched it with the patch kit it comes with. I woke up this morning with a very flat mat. Next is my tent. This thing I loved. Yes, I can push all of it into one. I crammed it all in. I took the tent poles out so I am able to crunch it all down. But it is the Teton, or toe mount, sorry. Toe mount tent. When I got it, it was a little iffy packaging. It was all in like Asian language and I couldn't decipher it, translate it, but I was a little hesitant. It worked amazing. I am 6'4", and overweight, and I am able to get into that no problem. Yes, it's a little tight, but it fit me lengthwise. That's all I needed, is just a shelter for the night to get me through the day, and it worked perfect. Getting strings on me. It worked perfect. I truly enjoyed that tent. The last night I was able to roll up the door and keep the bug netting on, and I could see the skies with the stars, and it was gorgeous. But yeah, so Something else that I overpacked, but like I said, I'm a little paranoid, is power. Anchor power bank. I bought this Anchor power bank. It is, I don't remember how many milliamps it is. I think this is the one that was about 50 bucks. And it still has a 10% charge on it. Used it every night. Charged my phone, charged my AirPods, which is something I had. Yeah. Just a little thing of bag balm. If you don't know what bag balm is, essentially it was used to by farmers. My wife is gonna get at me for this. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it was used by farmers for cow udders. My wife uses it. I know a lot of people use it. It's a great moisturizer for the lips. It's great for chafing, rashes, things like that, to keep good friction. I brought that, and then I also brought a little thing of Tiger Balm for the sore backs and things like that. Another pen. I 3D printed this Glock pen. I don't know why I brought it, but this is the pen I used. Worked great. All right. We're gonna get it inside the pack, and then I'll go over the pack itself. So inside the pack, I brought my beanie, my Dickies beanie, cook system. Okay. So what I brought is this cook system that collapses down into this, all bought off Amazon. Very lightweight metal. First, you got your little saucepan cup you can use to cook in. It comes with your butane little stove lighter. It does have a little clicker that you can ignite your butane with. Also comes with a cup. This is how I measured all my water, because it says my meals were 300 milliliters of water. Comes with the butane stand that you actually need for your butane thing, just for balance, so you don't knock it over. And then the main cook pot. This is what I cooked all my water in. So I would fill this up, drink it, or I would also pour it in here, cook, and then pour it into my meals. I could have poured my meals into this. I didn't think about that. But I also didn't want to dirty this so much that I get to like the next campground, it's dirty and I got to wash it all over again. Yeah, so essentially all this folds up nice and neat. Inside, all inside each other. What I did for noise discipline is I have electrolyte packets that I saw in the store, and I was like, I'm gonna try it. It's called Salud. Well, that's the backside. Salud. This one is horchata flavor. The other one is Jamaica flavor. This Jamaica flavor, out of this world. It was delicious. It is hydration plus immunity buildup. I believe it's rich in vitamin C and some other stuff. But I also had that like shoved in the side. Let's see if I can show you. Had it like shoved in the side right here, just to eliminate some of the stuff shaking around. Also, with this kit that I bought, comes this bag that it all goes in. It also came with utensils, a fork, spoon, and knife that all kind of just fold out and like so, and they snap it. Didn't use them once because I had my handy dandy spork and spoons. Yep. All right, next thing in our bag. I brought lightweight kind of sweatpants. Last night I really needed them. A couple nights it's cold. I always wear shorts all year long. I wear Zero Foxtrot shorts. Those are my favorite shorts, my favorite brand. I have all their shirts. In fact, the shirt that I brought was Zero Foxtrot. The shorts I brought were Zero Foxtrot. They're like silkies in a way, but not silkies, if you know what I mean. But they worked perfect. Hygiene. Hygiene gear. I brought bug spray. For instance, last night it was super buggy. I needed that. Wipes. You can do dude wipes. You can do these. I ordered these off of Amazon. It came in like 4 packs of 8. They're just bathing lights. They are scented, but not bad. Medications. I brought this little Amazon pill pack thing. You pack whatever pills, you put the stickers on it. They give you stickers for it. Worked perfect. Deodorant, BO. I had to. Also, in that, gallon bags. But I brought soap. I probably didn't need this, but like I said, I was planning on taking a shower. That didn't happen. Vaseline, same thing as the bag balm, trying to eliminate friction in case I get some, like hot points into my legs or arms or whatever. Toothbrush, toothpaste, little travel size. That's all I needed. And then gallon bags. Gallon bags, like I said, being a boat company, you learn that water is your enemy. So it was nice to put all this stuff in gallon bags, know it's going to be dry. Butane for the butane stove. How do I say this? I am in no way a professional. Therefore, I had no idea how much to bring. So my genius brain was about, let's buy 2 of the big Coleman butane propane mix things. Do I absolutely regret bringing this? 2? No. 1, I can feel it. It's about half full still. And that is dinner, breakfast, dinner, breakfast, dinner, breakfast. All those times. Didn't need it. Sorry. One of my neighbors was driving by. But I probably could have only done with 1, if not the smaller versions of it. But we're learning. I brought my mic. You might have seen me wearing on one of my videos. Next, I brought a waffle top. I wore this in a couple videos. This black waffle top is very nice, very warm, very insulated. Another one of those bags. I think the one I bought was like a small, medium, and large bag. I think I left the small bag at home. All right. This is my biggest gripe as I drop everything else on my bag. My sleeping bag. Yes, I was able to put it in my backpack, cram it all in there, but I had 0 space left over. This was a last minute purchase because when I realized I was leaving for this trip, it dawned on me, I did not have a sleeping bag. Didn't own one. Why? No idea. So, went to Amazon, bought the one that comes the fastest and was weather rated for the right temperature. Thing is, this sleeping bag by Soul Out, this sleeping bag, I was a little skeptical because when I went to buy it, it was the only one of it like gets me fast enough before my trip. It was the most purchased, but also most returned. And I looked at a lot of reviews. It says not rated for the temperature that it says it's rated for. I had no issues with it. I fit in it. Like I said, I'm 6'4". I can fit in this thing. I was perfect. The only thing, well, one of the things is that I was too tight. I am very broad shouldered. So a lot of the nights I would have to sleep with my arms out of it, or I would just open it up and use it as a blanket. Does not compact well. I will say that. Like, I've seen some backpackers, and I got a lot of inspiration from like PCTers, Pacific Coast Trail people. They're able to like cram it all down to this. I couldn't do that with this. Do I regret buying it? Maybe a little bit, but I had to. I was running out of time. All right, tent poles. My tent poles, there's stakes in here. There's only one like set of poles. So tent pole itself, it like folds out. It created like an arch. You might have seen it in my last video. Let's see. Okay, this is my electronics bag. A lot of weight in here. Why, you may ask? because I bought 3 more power banks. 2 from my in-laws, 1 my wife's old power bank. I was just nervous. Did I even touch these? No. In fact, I got out there and realized this one was even dead. So good on me. Extra weight. Did I need, oops. Did I need it? Nope. Gallon bag, Ziploc bag, chonies, socks, things like that. And then inside this is just cords I used, but when I combined the power banks, because you need to keep your power banks warm or else in cold weather, that cold weather is going to drain your batteries. So I wanted to keep them with me. So then I also put my chonies in there, and I was able to use it as a pillow at night. Let's see, what else? More socks. You can tell on the last day I did not care, and I just shoved everything in there I could. Chonies, shirt. Check out this new release. I think I wore it on my very first day by Zero Foxtrot. Zero Foxtrot. This is our Purple Heart design that they did. Beautiful. I love Zero Foxtrot. Love it. My wife always asks me, what do I get you for your birthday? Zero Foxtrot. Now she knows. She actually bought me, no, she did buy me that shirt. I bought that shirt. She bought me a lot of other shirts. Okay, a couple other things. These are things I did not use, did not touch, didn't even look at. Do I wish I didn't bring them? Yes. In the long run, would have been a good idea to bring them? Maybe. Rain poncho. I brought the rain poncho. My wife said, you never know what the weather is going to do. But what I did is I just keep looking at the weather every single day. Is it going to rain? Is it going to rain? It was never going to rain. It's beautiful. It's right now it's 75 degrees, I think it is. It's gorgeous. Did I need a rain poncho? No. Next. Does it look like I even took it out of the pack? No. But this is the best towel I've ever used. I took it with me on deployment. It is a microfiber towel that opens up. It dries like that. It is great. Like I said, I took it on deployment with me. I actually use it at work. It's hanging up in my other one is hanging up in my locker at work. One of the best towels I've ever owned, and I loved it. And I bought another one they have come in all different sizes. This is the extra large one, I think. Yeah, 40 by 72 inches. So I could have used it as a blanket. I could have used it as anything, but did I? No. All right. Last but not least, my pack. I used the Teton pack. This was an Amazon purchase. I still have stuff inside. My second one that I didn't even use. This pack, it's a great pack. Don't get me wrong. Something happened in the recording. Amazon purchase, Teton 40-liter pack, I believe it is. I'll be posting, like I said, I'll be posting all this stuff. Has great pockets. Got a pocket inside, pocket on the lid. They do not touch. 2 separate pockets. Deep pocket here with cinches. There is a water bladder pouch right here. You can slide your water pouch in and your water tube come out here. One thing though I will say with this pack is right here, well, you can already tell the Velcro is a little off. This did come off a couple times while I was hiking, but it's an easy fix, just like that. Different sizes. It's on extra large, large and medium. The only gripe I had was it is too narrow right here. I felt like I was carrying everything on the middle of my spine. I like things a little more spread out, a little more spread on my shoulders. That way I don't feel so cramped and it's weighing down on me. But worked perfect though. A side pouch here, bottom pouch. And what I wanted is to get my sleeping bag and everything there. That sleeping bag was not fitting in there. And lastly, excuse me, in case of an emergency, it does come with a rain poncho that you can throw over the top of the whole bag. So it's designed to cover the whole bag as you're hiking still. But yeah, besides that, I had like a couple carabiners and stuff like that just to have on hand just in case. Nothing crazy. I'm looking. So like I said, some of the things that I'm like didn't show, tiny little thing of paracord, the scraps, things like that I had, but carabiners, like a lot of things I just threw together. But let me just say, everything I used worked the way it's intended. Did I have a couple issues with some? Sure. Did I need as many things? No. But overall, I was very pleased with what I brought. And the other thing is everybody, I'm not a professional hiker. This is my first backpacking trip I've ever done solo, which I want to do a lot more in the near future. We talk about footwear, socks, things like that. I didn't have any special socks. I just wore long black socks. They're like compression-y kind of socks. Work great for walking through the brush. There's a lot of stinging nettle out there that it protected me from. The nettle still hit my knees at times, but is what it is. And then we talk about like shoes and stuff like that. I wore running shoes. I wore my Asics. Like, yes, they're pretty well worn now and like dirty, but those did just fine. A couple times I think I twisted my ankle like twice, but it wasn't bad. I'm no way, shape, and form a professional. This is a great experience for me to learn what I need, what I don't need, but also a great example of what you guys need, don't need. So take this of what I have and go, yeah, I can do without that. Or you should probably add this. Throw it in the comments. Let me know what I should be bringing. Or like, hey, you probably don't need that many power banks, or get this power bank because it will last you 4 days with no problems. That way you don't have to carry 5 power banks. Stuff like that. Like, that is why I'm here. This is to lead veterans to get out in the outdoors, come with me on the outdoor trips, invite me on an outdoor trip. I don't care. I'm willing to travel. I am willing to go as long as my good old Chevrolet legs will let me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this is educational of some sort. Feel free to send me a direct message, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Thank you. From the Veteran Trail Project, my name is Tyler. Thank you.